This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black business and related news, strategy, and events. Greetings and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. I'm always excited to share this platform with you all on behalf of Black Brand, Hampton Roads Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. Again, welcome and thanks for being here. This is a premier hub for all things Black entrepreneurship related news, politics, events, but our mainstay is really interviewing the Black entrepreneur community, hearing about their struggles, their triumphs, their strengths, their products, their services, their happenings. So without further ado, I'm excited today to welcome Katrice Stancil. She is the owner and CEO of KS Consulting, LLC. She's demonstrated success in healthcare for over 20 years. In that time, she's worked for both corporate and nonprofit behavioral health organizations. She's led with a very hands-on approach to the daily operations of these organizations and has developed proven strategies in the management of billing, personnel, budgeting, marketing, credentialing, and contracting, as well as accounts receivable and strategic planning. Her initial introduction to healthcare began as a business office manager, where she ultimately managed a multi-facility centralized business office in Norfolk. She later moved on to work directly with physicians and other clinical staff in a residential facility setting for children and adolescents as a director of revenue cycle. Known to her clients and others as, quote, the Billing Queen, Katrice succeeded in reducing accounts receivable days by 50% by utilizing her medical billing expertise and developing positive relationships. In addition, working for healthcare organizations, including the military community, she has a developed understanding of TRICARE reimbursement and payment methodologies, including a focus on compliance regulations. Originally from Portsmouth, Virginia, Katrice is a lifelong resident of Hampton Roads and currently lives in Virginia Beach. She's a huge mental health advocate in the community and actively supports several nonprofit organizations to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health within the Black community. Katrice received her bachelor's degree in business administration from Strayer University with a minor in accounting and is also certified as a nonprofit executive director and a certified revenue cycle representative with HFMA, which is the Healthcare Financial Management Association. Katrice has utilized her experience to develop strategies that are key to the billing operations of KS Consulting and allows her to provide a range of operational services to mental health, solo, and group practices. Her specialty is evaluating opportunities to improve efficiency and effectiveness regarding internal work processes and by providing top-notch medical billing services to her clients. Welcome, Katrice.
Yes,
I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I feel like I knew you, but I definitely didn't know all of these things about you.
Yes.
A quick and shameless plug. Katrice is a consultant for B-Force Accelerator, and I want to encourage you, if you live in the city of Portsmouth or if you have a business that's located in the city of Portsmouth, the B-Force Accelerator application is open again for Portsmouth-based businesses.
Yes,
perhaps you have a business in the healthcare space that could benefit from some consulting by Katrice. That is something that you could be offered at absolutely no cost. So I want to encourage you to visit our website, blackbrand.biz. There's a link right on the homepage. You can apply for B-Force Accelerator and have the potential to work with Katrice. So again, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm excited.
I know.
Let's go. Because, so one of the things I often say is that when you look at Black-owned businesses, right, we are over-indexed in the healthcare space.
Yes.
And for good reason, right? We're trying to make sure that our people are taken care of.
Right. Yeah, that's important.
So what was your start in healthcare? Like, was it kind of one of those things? You always knew you wanted to work in healthcare in some aspect of healthcare? Or how'd you get going?
So that's a good question. And yeah, it was one of those things. I actually started in the healthcare field as a secretary. Okay. And so you know how you're in the healthcare business offices and they get busy. And then, I kind of got all the leftover, the the overtime work that was needed. So it's like I was volunteering for a lot of things, and I just picked up medical billing. It's just I started to help out with claim reimbursement, and I was very good at problem solving.
Wow.
Yeah. And so...
It's amazing how we can fall into a career, right?
Yeah. And it's funny because my dad actually got me the first job into healthcare. So it's funny when I tell people the story, like really my daddy introduced me to that, because he was like, I think my daughter would be good, doing this. So it kind of something that I fell in love with. And my superiors, they saw that talent in me, that skill set. And so I actually... I was promoted and promoted and promoted without education. Without an education.
Yeah.
To the corporate industry without an education.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, education is important and experience is just as important.
Sure.
So I eventually, went back to school and, got my education. But, I just fell in love with the medical billing world.
I love it. I think there's something to be said, too, for the fact that you are consulting in this space, though. When you think about even just like the way the brain works, you're going to retain more information when you're teaching somebody else than when you're just consuming it. So I feel like that's like the hallmark of a true professional is someone who is like sought after for teaching and consulting. So how does that feel to you, like the consulting end of it? Do you love it?
I absolutely love it. And thanks to Black Brand, you guys kind of put me on that platform to say, you know what, this is something I really enjoy. I unofficially, help people, family, friends, and, referrals. Hey, my cousin can help me, or, my friend can help me. And out of the kindness of my heart, I would help paperwork, SEC paperwork, just things of that nature. And then when I was introduced to Black Brand, and I'm like, well, I can, make money too and still help people. And this is a win-win.
Oh, wow. So I never would have known that was the beginning of your consulting piece.
I was not doing consulting officially until Black Brand came in my life. So
found a little passion there with helping others.
And it's nothing like consulting and seeing other businesses, from where you taking them to where, they end up. It's just like a great feeling to see, them blossom. So.
And your clients love you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like they're getting real value. With the professionalism, the experience that you bring. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's important to have that personal too, to kind of get to know your clients. Everyone have, their different consulting style. But, getting to know the person because, that person is their brand.
Sure.
It helps out a lot.
So is that your consulting style? You start kind of by building your relationship.
And then all of the important stuff, like the deliverables, and we deal with that at the end.
Okay.
And so it's just like, okay, let's kind of get to know each other. Let me make sure, you're passionate about it. You know what you're doing, and they, build that trust. That's very important. Yeah.
So let me ask, just based on your experience working with business owners, what is it that they need most? Is there like a through line with clients that you've worked with that you could say has been pretty consistent across clients?
I think number one, what jumps out at me is really motivation. It seems vague, but it's just like most of my clients, most all of them have the talent and the skill, but they don't see it. They don't see it. I mean, and I can say that for myself too.
So we're saying that they lack the belief that greater success is even possible.
Yes.
Wow.
And I can tell you, even like we just started our first cohort for Norfolk this year, and typically my first conversations with the clients, and it's just like, my mind, like I'm just in awe, like at all the talents that different businesses and the skills and the creativity that comes my way. And it's just like, I didn't think this was possible. Like, you have a blue ocean. Do you know what that is?
Wow.
And they're like, I do. Really? So
wait, break it down. What does that mean? A blue ocean?
So pretty much like there's no competition. Like there's no competition. Like your brand and what you develop is original. Like there is such a big difference in what you have created that all you need to do is believe.
Down.
Yeah,
a blue ocean.
I actually heard that from Briggs. Is it Briggs?
Okay,
Briggs,
okay, yeah.
So, he's a great coach.
He
told me that. He actually told me that about my business too. He's like, do you know you have blue oceans? I'm like, okay. But yeah, and so that's what I see. And like you said, it's just a belief. It's just like, yeah, you have it. You have it.
So by helping them to outline their business plan and really think through those 5-year projections, you're helping them to see a bigger picture about what can happen in and through their business if they just keep going, right?
Keep going. It's not going to happen overnight. I've had clients where we finished their 5-year projections and they're like, now I can confidently walk into a banker's office and say, I need $100,000,
Yes.
In order. I'm not going to get there, but this is how I'm going to get there. Okay, year 1, this is what I required to do, and so forth, so on. So that's a great feeling, like to see that, they have that confidence. And even some, even the alumni for B4s, they still contact me and they're like, hey, let's go. We got this. I got this application. Please pray. So it's just like the momentum continues. It doesn't stop after the 12 weeks program.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
You mentioned a key piece, though, around accessing capital.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, in our community, we can get loans for anything.
Yeah.
Except for business. We struggle in that area. It's almost like they're happy to help us go to school or get a car or get a house. But we're trying to grow a company. And I know there's some pieces that are lacking, right? It's not just that the discrimination is there. It's also that, we're still learning.
Yeah, we're not ready.
Ins and outs of, you know what I mean? And that's due in part to the prolonged discrimination. So it's one big evil cycle.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you saying that just being able to see on paper what the business will require in order to grow and then what it will require additionally as it grows gives them that confidence.
Gives them the confidence.
To then go to the bank and say, hey, this is the outline. This is the plan. This infusion of capital is going to help me with product. The next infusion of capital is going to help me with staff.
Exactly.
And by, this month, this year, this is what I anticipate in terms of, revenues, profits.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, because, most of, us, we think, it's just going to be handed to us overnight, It's a process, and it can be attainable, if you just stick to it, stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to just see many more folks that look like us succeed in business.
That's
cross that 3-year hump, that 5-year hump, that 10-year hump.
I know.
One of the statistics that kind of gets under my skin sometimes is that most of our businesses, more than 90% of our businesses, are one-person businesses.
Right.
And it's one thing to be able to do it all.
Right.
But it's another thing to really want to grow. And not be able to, right?
Yeah,
so that's a needle that we're looking to move. We want to see more of our businesses have staff,
expand,
have interns, have that kind of sustained growth.
And I struggle with that too, because I am one where I'm ready for my business to expand. I've been ready, and for one, I don't think it's because we want to keep all the money. I think it's with our solo businesses, it's our baby. So it's and I can speak for myself. It's just it's kind of fearful, to kind of bring somebody else into that world when you've been doing it for so long. To trust someone, especially like in my field with medical billing, although, we have HIPAA, agreements and things like that. But it's just, you just want things to be done right. But, we have to trust and hire, and if we're going to expand. And so that's the stage that I'm in now in my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have real reasons to be fearful, right?
Yeah.
But that's where the non-disclosure agreement, that confidentiality clause comes in.
Yes.
That's where, really dotting our I's and crossing our T's, making sure that our copyrights, our trademarks, and so forth are in place.
Yeah.
We can get there.
We can get there.
And we can share with others.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, that is what's going to take us next level.
Absolutely.
Is writing that vision, making it plain so that the person that reads it can run with it.
Exactly.
Really cool.
Exactly.
Another shameless plug for B-Force Accelerator. I didn't realize that it was such a big part of your story, but I'm excited.
Yes.
Again, though, if you live in Portsmouth or you have a business that's located in Portsmouth, we do encourage you to apply. Our goal is to make your business 10 times more fundable.
Absolutely.
How are we going to do that? We want to make a $15,000 investment in your business by surrounding you with business advisory services. So we're talking about attorneys, we're talking about accountants, we're talking about professionals like Katrice, we're talking about marketing folks. If you need credit repair, you're able to access this whole suite of services in the course of 12 weeks. Plus, we're going to provide some really dope networking opportunities for you as well, opportunities for you to engage with other businesses, with other business development organizations. So I do encourage you, visit our website, blackbrand.biz. There's a link right at the top of the homepage. You want to get that application in by March the 9th for consideration in the spring 23 Portsmouth cohort. Back to you, Katrice.
Yes.
So where are you going with your company in the next 5 years? What are we going to do with this thing?
So my vision...
AS Consulting.
Yes.
LLC.
Yes. My vision is to own a building.
Okay.
My own building with billing specialists, insurance verification specialists, the things that I, already know how to do. I manage business offices for corporate organizations. And so that really is the next step in my expansion, which it is terrifying. It is terrifying. But I have all the tools. I have the resources and the connections. And it's like, you're giving all of, these connections and resources, they're coming your way. And it's just like, what else? You just have to do it. You just have to do it.
Agreed.
So that...
What value will that company bring to the community at its heightened state?
Oh my God, let me tell you.
And who will your clients be at that time in terms of who will be leveraging your services?
Yes. So my target population typically is mental health therapists. So that's my specialty. So when you think of medical billing, there's tons of, dental billing, there is physician billing. But I specialize in mental health. Okay. Which is another whole nother,
there's rules and regulations in the mental health space.
Yes.
I get that. Yeah.
Yes. So I've developed my skill set in that area. And so my niche is for mental health therapists that want to start their own practices. Okay. So I met tons of therapists in residential treatment centers, that I manage, and they work for these groups. But now, there are so many even minority therapists that are stepping away. They're okay, now it's time for me to start my own practice and get 100% of,
but they need to be able to outsource that portion of the business.
Absolutely.
So that they can focus on attracting more clients,
direct care,
and actually providing the service.
Yes.
I get it.
That's it. And so that's the benefit. I tell, outsourcing is great, for mental health, especially if you're starting off. Most solo practitioners can't afford a full-time person or office manager, and they're doing it all. I've had some clients or therapists that have come to me, they're afraid, like, to even deal with the number. Mm-hmm. That, it's just, so those are the barriers that I believe that, Chaos Consulting, I'm, knocking down for the community, giving them that hope. It's like, okay, you're great at direct care. I could never do what you do.
Right.
But so as a team, these are the tools that you need. And I'm a great educator for my clients as well. Not only do I do the work, but, even though they do direct care, they still need to have some type of business mindset and know, like, what to look for, things that pop out. You should trust, the person that, you're hiring to do your billing. But, I tell my clients all the time, double check behind me, make sure these are the things you need to look for in your reporting when I give it to you. So that's another part, a passion, that's why being a mental health advocate in the community, I really admire, those direct care therapists, that help the community. And so I could never do that. So this is how I'm going to help out.
That you can do. I love that. Hey, if you've just tuned in, we're talking with Katrice Stancil. She's the owner and CEO of KS Consulting LLC. And she specializes in medical billing and coding services for mental health professionals. So excited.
I know.
I love this because when you think about it, the need for mental health care services is on the rise, right? So we look at, we can turn on the television and see, or go to our feeds on social media and see so many challenges with mental health, suicide rates continuing to go up, everything associated with, costs for daily living going up, stress is just through the roof.
Absolutely.
And so I can see, I kind of get it now. It's like, you as a therapist, get out there and do the part that we need you to do. We don't want you to have to focus on
do what you do
this
best.
Part.
Absolutely.
You're like, I'll hold down.
I'll bring in your money. Okay.
Really
and
cool.
within that, it comes with a whole lot, dealing with insurance companies, making sure your modifiers are correctly, on the claim. And, it's just a lot. Make sure you're charging, the right rate so you won't, be shorting yourself when you deliver services. So it's just a lot of things that therapists just don't think of.
And I assume there are lots of changes all of the time, too.
Tons of changes.
Things that, it would be helpful to have another person or entity, kind of keeping up with those regulations.
Compliance and regulations, absolutely. Yep, and that's one of the things that I assist with my clients. Yep.
Super dope.
Super dope.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay. I get it. Well, if you would, definitely share with us your website, your contact information. How can you be reached for folks that may be listening that really could benefit from working with you?
Absolutely. So if there's anyone interested, if you're just contemplating on, starting your practice, if you're already established, you're not happy with your billing services, or if you want to tighten up on your processes and you're doing it on your own, you can reach me. My website is ksconsultllc.com. You can also email me at info@thebillingqueen.org. And on my website, there's a direct link to schedule for if you're interested in, hiring my services. You can just schedule right away a consultation, which is free. And you just have questions and you just kind of want to, get my feedback. I'm always honest. Some clients, I don't accept all clients, because it doesn't fit. So, just, reach out to me and I'll get back.
Yeah, I love that. So we've got time just for a couple more questions. And I really want to shift the focus a bit just as, in the same way that mental health issues are on the rise, I feel like entrepreneurship is also on the rise. And maybe it's been on the rise for a while, but I feel like every day people are making the decision.
It is.
You know what? I'm done after this. I've been thinking about this. I've been praying about this. I've been planning long enough. I've been saving. I'm ready to start my business.
Yep.
What do you say to somebody that's about to make that decision? What do they need to hear from the vantage point of someone who has, made the leap?
Yeah. First and foremost, just don't jump out there, without any financial backing. Thankfully, I had my husband to, I called him one day and just said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm out. I was out of the corporate field. It's just when you have that feeling, that, your time and, what you give, weighs much more, than what you're getting. You're gonna feel it. Like, it's just, no one can tell you to back out of it. It's just that gut feeling. And I'll tell entrepreneurs, when you have that feeling, just start to make your plan. Just start to make your exit. Don't do like I did. Just,
It's funny. Everyone says that, because I have a similar story of, granted, I loved what I was doing. I was working in the mental health field. Like, I loved it.
Okay.
I knew that I was ready to start a company. And it was just like...
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, people, they want you to tell your story. And I'm like, I'll tell my story. I really don't like to tell it, but I'll tell it. Yeah. But don't take it as advice. Like, I am not suggesting that anyone do.
Yeah, this is what worked for me.
This is what I did. And I did it at the expense of so many other things that I don't even think are... I don't think we need to be... I think if we can work a job for a little longer, and keep those bills paid while we make our plan, then that's probably what we need to be doing.
Yeah, that's what I suggest. It's just like, and some people have already, they had their plans for years, and it's just like they know they're ready. But it's just like that fear, So it's like, if you have that plan and you see it on paper, and you've consulted with a professional, and looked at your numbers, and you're like, the only thing that's holding me back is me. Just take the leap.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Take some time, flesh out that plan.
Take the time.
Meet with some trusted advisors.
Absolutely.
And then by all means, at that point,
by all means,
go for it.
All means.
Because I think if you wait any longer than that, you will talk yourself out of it.
You'll talk yourself out of it, or somebody else is going to come up with the idea.
Somebody else, exactly. There's like a short shelf life.
You gotta jump
for
on
new great ideas to remain like the only viable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I say,
it's true.
I told people, the people that come my way, when I go back and say, like, don't just, drop out like I did and go into it. Some people, that's just what they need. That's how I operated. It's just like, I operate better off of pressure. I don't, it's just,
apply that
it's
pressure.
weird.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. It's like,
and that's entrepreneurship day in and day out.
Day in, day out.
Being able to apply that pressure.
Day in and day out. And it drives you crazy.
Consistently.
And it drove me crazy.
I mean, it drives you crazy. It drives your loved ones crazy because they see you applying pressure.
Yeah. Depression, anxiety, broken it's just all of it. It's not pretty. It's, the goal and the outcome is the success, but the in between is torture.
Yeah. 100%. We have to, that's the side that most people don't see.
You have to be built for it.
That, nobody's inviting you to a panel discussion to share what you went through, right?
Right, yeah.
But anyway, Katrice, I want to thank you so much
You're welcome.
for this
Thank you.
interview today.
Yes.
You are fantastic.
Thank you so
One more
much.
opportunity just to share your website, your social media handles as we wrap up.
Yes, I forgot to share my social media. Social media, The Billing Queen on Instagram, Facebook, KS Consulting and Revenue Management. My website, ksconsultllc.com. And if you need to email me directly, that is info@thebillingqueen.org.
I love it.
Thank you for having me.
The Billing Queen on social media. Yes. Hey, thank you all so much for tuning into Black Wall Street today, where we're building minds, building connections, and we're forging the path ahead toward business success in the Black community. We'll talk next week. Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party. Phenomenal.
Hey, yo, when I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Phenomenal.